Buhari is not 75. His younger sister is 82 years old. All they just want to do is to package it. The moment he wins the election, the cabal will take him to London and they will be ruling Nigeria by proxy again. We must not allow that to happen ever again. So we must take our country back. And in taking Nigeria back, we must seek to uplift Africa, the continent of Africa, out of its present miserable condition. In taking Nigeria back, we would have restored the pride of the black man anywhere in the world. Whether they're in Africa, they're in Brazil, they're in Cuba, or African Americans, or even Afro-Europeans, as we love to call ourselves. The black man will be proud again. And it is on that basis that I came here today to say to you, please send me home so that we can make Nigeria a place you can return to and your children can come to. I seek your support. And this is the hardest part, is to ask Nigerians for support. Especially if it's financial and you are not a pastor. The only person that gets Nigeria to donate anything is a pastor. I'm telling you, and I'm not using it to denigrate religion, but I've taken permission from Pastor Oki to hit pastors today. I said it's fine. He even told us in the camp our way here, which is solemn. He said when the Israelites were suffering in Egypt, their conditions were better than those of Nigerians of today. Because at least the Israelites had food in Egypt. To the extent that they got upset with Moses on their way out of Egypt. That we want to go back, because at least over there used to be food. But Pastor Oki, I will just take a cue from you and say that I'm not going to hit the pastors, but I want to promise Nigerians that just like the Israelites left Egypt in those days, we are not going back to Egypt anymore. Yes. We are moving to the promised land. And that Nigeria you will be so happy and proud of. I'm not making any promises that cannot be fulfilled. In fact, my problem is that our politicians have so destroyed our country with cynicism that it is difficult to even make too many promises that you know internally you can deliver upon. Having lived abroad for 19 years. And most of you know these things. Most of you know that it doesn't take 10 years, right, to construct a highway.
Non ci vuole molto per costruire infrastrutture, nuove strade, autostrade.
I don't know what else to tell you people. And just say, please join us in taking back Nigeria. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Having said that,
Dopo questo,
I will open up the floor for questions. I don't know if there's going to be a moderator here.
Prego le domande.
You are the moderator.
We are going to be picking the questions, paid questions the time so that you can respond.
But before you start the questions, I want to respond to the question from two people. One of it is before you leave, sir, I just want to answer your question. Okay. And from our brother who spoke about Biafra. The question about what are we going to do to stop human trafficking. Human trafficking has several dimensions I mentioned. Part of it is crime. Part of it is economic hardship that leads people to flee their country. And the third part of it is a demand and supply issue. That is to say, anytime you find a prostitute somewhere, there's also somebody who wants to sleep with the prostitute around the corner. So whereas we want to stop prostitutes from coming here, we also urge Italian men to stop compromising their dignity. And sleeping with underage girls that are trafficked from Africa. If they can stop it, if the demand can stop, the supply will automatically stop.
Yes.
The crime part of it will stop. I'm going to be very tough on crime.
Per la criminalità sarà molto duro.
Not only do we have human trafficking, Nigeria has another problem nobody's talking about, organ trafficking.
Non abbiamo solo
they take
traffici
small
umani,
children out
di
of the
organi
country to go and harvest their
in
organs
Nigeria.
and sell. It's a lot of money they make from it. Criminal activities. And our officials aid them. Every human trafficking victim that lives in Nigeria, someone in the security services have assisted in allowing them to leave.
Permettono questa criminalità.
We also have border security issues.
Anche problemi di dogana.
And when I come to office, you can at least collaborate with us in ensuring that whatever we ask of you to protect our border, to assist in training our security officers. That is not to say we are inferior to you, but we are just saying collaboration that you grant it to us as equal partners, not as somebody who is begging you for help. We are not going to be coming here to beg for help. We can help ourselves. So I thank you very much for that question. Thank you. With regards to Biafra, I just came from Biafra. Beautiful people. But what Biafra is asking for is even not as complex as you think. Biafrans want to be included in Nigeria. Nigeria has been unfair to Biafra since the end of the war. When we ended the war, we said there will be reconciliation. No reconciliation has happened. We said there will be reconstruction. No reconstruction has happened. There's only one bridge leading Nigeria, connecting Nigeria with Biafra. The first Niger Bridge. The second Niger Bridge is only built by Mount and also on PowerPoint and models. They have not started it. I asked in the East, what would you need? Easterners are business people. They don't even want to stay. Most of them don't even stay in the East. Like I've said, the Igbo man has conquered the world, but he has a little problem. He loves his village very much. So they need integration. So I promised them, I said, that Abbas shoe that you have, how about we can get everybody to be using it all over the world instead of buying Italian shoes? Yes. And they said that's what they want. They want to be prosperous, but Nigeria as it is now doesn't allow prosperity because they have the intellect, they're hardworking. They can make anything in the southeast, and I mean anything for that matter. They are that good. So they said if this can happen, they will stay in Nigeria. And by the way, who in Nigeria has not seceded from Nigeria, to be honest? Mentally. Every house in Nigeria is a local government to itself. You have to provide your security, you have to provide your water, electricity, you have to provide your own church, your own mosque, you have to provide your school within the compound. So Nigeria is not a place that anybody is proud of. Alright? So please grant us a chance, Biafra, to practice justice. So to live Nigeria, after we have ensured justice is done to you, we will all live with you. Right? After that, we will be living with you. Alright, I say we'll be living with you, I mean it, but I will elaborate later. So, brother, let's hear you. Your first question.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Sowore. I'm happy that you came to Treviso to speak with your fellow citizens. My problem is, and I want to know, because I've seen or heard, listened to you a couple of times in the news, but considering the situation, like you said, in Nigeria, about the cabals, the corruption, the leaders, and we're campaigning for the youth or for the young ones to take over. What have been your project and your program? Because the people that you're calling, most young ones, are ignorant, if I put it like this, ignorant of what is going, and most fall to money, like you said, corruption, giving them 1,000 naira or something. How have you made the program to really get them educated and to understand not to sell their own human rights or their own pet rights in order for them to be able to stand strong and then fight to remove the old cargoes that have been killing? And how are you really, who are the real personalities, the dignities in Nigeria who are working with you and has the same mind that you are having in order to make this cause successful?
Can you go back to the brother asked you to introduce himself, please? Your name and...
My name is Echebiri Chris Chidozie. I'm a Biafran from the southeast.
Thank you.
I want to ask the second question so that we can respond at once to.
If you don't mind, we'll just take 3 questions and then we'll start.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Ironsele Ogoli. By the special grace of God, I'm from Eastern Extraction of Edo State.
Praise God. And one thing I want to
Talk about, because you
have enumerated the problems in Nigeria, which we are already aware of. You talked about the issue of insecurity. You talk about the economy. You talk about the poor agricultural setup, and so many other problems you enumerated. I don't want to go into that so that I can put my question before you. First of all, before I commence with my question, I want to appreciate your doggedness, your resilience, and for deeming it fit to be the co-convener of this movement, Take It Back Nigeria. I must tell you that I appreciate you a million times. And my question is this. For we to have an enabling environment, for we to have a country we can call our own, how do you intend to reduce the cost of running government? Because you talk about infrastructure. We cannot have infrastructure in place if you don't reduce the cost of running government. Because I was expecting to see that in programs. And if you check it vividly, you and I already knew what is happening in our government. Every quarter and annually, the legislators, the ministers, and the president aides, they take home a lot of money and leaving our cover or treasury dry. So if you don't concentrate,
We want you to ask a question.
okay.
What you want to do.
I wanted to alert on my questions.
Okay.
Okay, I will rush it because of time. So if you don't reduce the cost of running government, where are you going to find money to do all these projects you talk about? Because I read in the news where the president used 108 million
for cooking utensils, cooking equipment. So if a president is using 108 million for cooking utensils, where is he going to see money to engage in infrastructure?
It is abstract.
I think
you're asking the question. Okay. Because of the time, I won't go into detail. That is number one. How do you intend to reduce the cost of running government? Number two, how do you intend to block the loopholes where corruption emanates?
Thank you.
And number three, I haven't finished. Number three, how do you intend to initiate state of residence rather than state of origin? Thank you. All right, that's fine.
No, my hand was on first now.
all right then.
Please, I'm coming
Back to the patient.
Thank you very much. Good evening to everybody. It's an honor to be here. And thank you, Mr. Omoyele Sowore. It's an honor to be here this evening to see you. Actually, I have to leave my kids back home to get here. I had to be and I had to be here. I believe so much in you. I've seen your energy, I've seen your strength. I've seen your achievements. Sarah is a good one. It's a very good one. I've seen the manifestos of almost all the candidates we have. And top in my list is you and Fela. But I strongly believe much in you because you've been a fighter from Lagos State, from the University of Lagos and the Student Union Club there. I believe in all your manifestos and everything. But I want to quickly rephrase a question someone asked. How are you going to be able to build a strong team? How have you been able to?
You said, how do we move other young people, like-minded people? Somebody said that some Nigerians are ignorant about what is going on.
Alcuni dicono che ci sono molti nigeriani analfabeti, ignoranti.
I beg to disagree with that. Nigerians are not ignorant.
Non sono d'accordo con questo.
Nigerians are complacent. What we found out in the course of traveling in Nigeria is that you hardly meet a Nigerian who is not to individuals who come to a town hall meeting. The town hall meeting was not up to 20 people.
La differenza che c'è tra me e gli altri.
Because they know that the money he gave them, he stole it.
Non andiamo
When we went to London, our town hall meeting was filled to the brim.
che vengono poi a
In fact, at the point we had to leave so that people can start heading back home.
differenza che
Just
poi
to diffuse the tension and the excitement and the sometimes exuberance. Nigeria,
sempre supportato.
and it costs a lot. In fact, you can never fulfill the task of a greedy person. It's not possible. If they give the budget of Italy to one greedy Nigerian man, it cannot be enough. They will still come and ask for more. What is the cost of governance in Nigeria? A governor that is supposed to have 5 policemen have 200 policemen gathering him. A governor there's no reason why ministers of the Federal Republic of Nigeria cannot come to Federal Executive meeting in a bus. All of the entire bus. If they are afraid of the people, you put a police pilot in front. There's no reason why a minister should drive more than one car with a policeman sitting in front. Exactly. So when you reduce all these costs of their irresponsible lifestyles, the cost of governance will fall. There's no reason why a minister The Nigerian customs made almost, I think, 3 trillion